You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, yesterday, and you guys know I'm a Niners fan. I am a lifelong 49ers fan. Probably 45 years of being a Niners fan. I did a video yesterday. Kyle Shanahan had an auto accident back on July 14th. And he got pretty banged up in that. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty result on that auto accident. But one of the first things I said, maybe the first thing I said, was the first thing I actually noticed was July 14th. And then I looked down and was like, it's July 25th, yesterday. And I said, how the hell did we go 11 days? I think I put that video out around 11 a.m. yesterday morning. I said, how the hell did we go 11 days without the sports media reporting this? And so now you've got several others that's noticed the same thing. And look, yeah, I'm a Niners fan, but I don't give a shit. If the media knows something like this, they should be reporting it as quickly as they can with what facts they have, and then say, hey, this is a developing story, whatever. But when there's a clear indication that there was some kind of a cover-up here, and the question is, why was there a cover-up? And evidently, I'm not the only one that's starting to ask questions. Tony Farmer, independent journalist out there that is made a hell of a name for himself on Twitter X, getting to the nitty-gritty on the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel situation. Well, he's digging into this more and more, and he's asking out loud, why the hell wasn't this reported? Mike Florio is asking, why the hell wasn't this reported? That it's obvious the media complied with some kind of a directive, maybe, from somebody, the Niners, the NFL, both. You get a story like this, you don't just sit on it. In a date and time that TMZ and all these other outlets are breaking these stories, there could be an incident at 1 a.m. in the morning. They broke a story by 6:30 in the morning. 5 hours later, 5.5 hours later. You get my point. How the hell did anybody sit on this for 11 days? And why did they sit on it? Like, that raises questions to me that there is a much bigger story here hiding somewhere. The circumstances around this accident. Saturday's news that 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan had been in a serious car accident was surprising to say the least. Although he's dealing with more than a few significant physical issues, including a severe concussion, the injuries were non-life-threatening, and it appears that he's on the path to recovery. There's a separate issue that's hard to ignore regarding the accident itself. It happened on July 14th. The 49ers managed to keep it from being reported for 11 days. It possibly would still be a secret today. The disclosure coincided with the first day of the team's 2026 training camp, and in hindsight, the effort to get the word out seems to be engineered. The 49ers posted their statement regarding the accident at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. Adam Schefter of ESPN posted his first tweet on the situation exactly 1 minute later at 12:01. The ESPN article about the accident was published at 12:02 p.m. They had this thing ready to go. This article ready to be published. Nick Wagner, who covers the 49ers for ESPN, who shared credit with Schefter for the story, reposted Schefter's tweet at 12:03 p.m. Eastern. Why would ESPN hold the information until the 49ers disclosed it? Question mark. Beyond the obvious fact that the NFL now owns 10% of ESPN. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. This kind of negotiated reporting isn't uncommon. Given that ESPN had information that wasn't in the 49ers release, it's fair to wonder if ESPN made a deal with the 49ers to hold the news until the team announced it, possibly in exchange for receiving full specifics about Shanahan's injuries. Others who cover the 49ers knew about it too. Before the news was released, Tim Kamakami, he's been out there forever, of the San Francisco Standard, dropped a hint. Quote, I think there's going to be some news later this morning. Kawakami later admitted that he was aware of the situation, but didn't report it because he knew, quote, about 15% of the details. Still, he apparently knew 100% of the fact that there was an accident. Not every detail to the story needed to be reported, especially when plenty of the basic information about the collision was available from public sources. News regarding events that entail the involvement of police and or other first responders rarely get held. It's public information. For example, news regarding Tony Romo's recent arrest was shared as soon as Fox News 6 in Wisconsin obtained the public arrest detention report. In this situation, the conduits for publicly available information to the general public either were asleep at the switch or made a deliberate choice not to perform one of the core functions of journalism. Shanahan's accident happened on a public roadway. Public agencies responded to it. Basic information about the situation was publicly available. The point is, if somebody knew there was an accident, they could get to the specifics. They chose to either not go get the specifics or go get them and then hold them. Oh, no, that don't work. Tony Farmer right here. Tony Farmer. Listen, I don't know if there's anything nefarious going on with Kyle Shanahan's car accident. It's probably innocent, but I'm now investigating it for 3 reasons. Someone waited 11 days and leaked this information to Adam Schefter on Saturday when open records offices are closed, and when this story will get eaten by the news site. Interesting, they dumped it out on Saturday. That's a great point. We've already seen that just showing a head coach's text messages can apparently get you out of trouble with police. I can imagine that actually being a head coach that comes with similar privileges. We all gave Brandon Ayuk crap for allegedly reckless driving. If the head coach of the 49ers were doing the same thing, he deserves the same level of scrutiny and curiosity from us, if not more. Agreed. It appears that Kyle Shanahan's accident happened at 6:13 p.m. on July 14th around the intersection of Alma Street and Hamilton Avenue. The media hasn't reported the specific location or time of the accident, but the accident was, quote, near his home, and that intersection is about 6 miles from where Kyle lives in Los Altos Hills. There were only 2 other accidents that day, and they don't fit the description, so it appears to be this one. He done went and got the police department log report right here. Right there. Imagine someone from the Bay Area getting into a car accident with the head coach of the 49ers and not saying anything about it for 11 days. People are putting their breakfast on Instagram now. FYI, no pictures of the accident are on the Nextdoor app. And you can see all these posts right there about accidents, whatever. How long were these reporters sitting on the news of Kyle Shanahan's car crash? Hours? Days? Right there. There's Kawakami's report right there. At 7:31 a.m. yesterday morning. Schefter knew, Kawakami knew. I don't know what's going on. I mean, seriously? This guy's saying right here, this guy called me deranged and blocked me because I said he got a directive not to speak. So now if people are literally saying something to the reporter, just going to block them? Again, I'm a Niners fan, but there's probably Niners fans that are like, Rhodes, just leave it alone. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. No. If the media had this information, they should have released it. Wrote an article and put it out. That's bullshit. You don't hold on to this. This is exactly why people don't trust the damn media. It's exactly why. It looks like the media covered it up. Mike Florio raises a great point. ESPN owns, the NFL owns a piece of ESPN now. Well, this is exactly what people were talking about and worried about when that whole deal came to fruition. How much I scratch your back, you scratch mine was going to happen here. It happens all over NFL news, all over insider news. It happens all the time. But this is a much bigger thing to have set on. So now, Mike Florio, Tony Farmer, asking the same damn questions I asked yesterday. Why the hell did it take so long to come out? Now it looks really suspicious. That there was a concerted effort to keep this behind, keep this on the low. In other words, here we go. Was Kyle Shanahan doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing when this accident happened? Texting, somebody in the car with him that he didn't want people to know about, any of that kind of thing. Now, supposedly there wasn't any drinking or drugs involved. Okay, good. But still, you get my point. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.